guys, so just a quick intro just as I head down the country lane, otherwise I'll not do one. I'm hopeless. But yeah, today is very exciting because P and I have a saddle that fits. P and I, both of us. So I'm so excited. I did ride her for a hack up the road the other day when I moved yards, because it was a bit of a trek for a walk for me with my arthritic feet, but it was a nice hack length, but it was bareback and it was bitless. So today is the first time I'm going to ride her probably in 8 months with a bit in her mouth and the saddle that fits. Yeah, so she has been obviously in work, but she hasn't been ridden the same way I ride her. I know that for a fact. She also didn't have the right bit in, so we're just going to have to see how it goes. We'll see if she is like at the point where she'll pick up where we left off and just go from there, or whether she's going to be super sensitive and be like when I first got her. So I've got the comfy barrel bit, which I know she likes. However, it is the egg butt version, and she was in the loose ring version last time. So we've just got to have to see how that goes. But basically, as I've changed my channel name, is purely because I'm taking the pressure off. There is no pressure for me and her to get out eventing. As much as I still want to, and I'm aiming to, I'm just not putting the pressure on. If it happens, it happens. So I took the eventing off my name, and you know what? That means if P is not happy in her mouth, then she doesn't have a bit in her mouth. Simple as. I am hoping to find like a bit fit clinic. They're very few and far between, because they all seem to be down south, the people that I sort of have heard such good things about. And some of the local ones we've got, I've heard a bit. So I'm just a bit apprehensive about who to use, so still finding that. But basically, yeah, we're at the point where if I feel she's uncomfortable, where she's really uncomfortable, and say no, I don't like this at all, and then we're just gonna quit for the time being and we'll just hack and do whatever in the bitless. Or if she's, you know, fussy, but she's only fussy to the point where she's like, oh, I haven't had this sort of contact for a while and it's just a case of I getting used to it again, then we'll just crack on. So we'll see how it goes. I've got a lot of exciting things planned, and like I say, it's pressure free, so whether we get them done or not is a different matter, because we need to basically be happy and content with what we're doing. But yeah, I've got a saddle that fits, and I am about to go and ride P for the first time in 8 months. And I've got my Pivo, so I'm gonna take you guys along with me. Hopefully it works, and let's see how it goes. Right, that's P, just having a little pre-ride feed. Just some chaff and some pink mash, and I will be back up in half an hour to get going. Okay, so first time back on P in about 7-8 months. Actually, I think it's more 8-9. October, November-ish. With a saddle. Obviously, I mentioned that I rode her up the tracks the other day to get her to this yard, and I rode her bareback without a bit. So this is the first time back with a saddle, and the first time that I've put her back in a bit since she came back to me. So it's just a case of seeing if she is where we left off. Now I'm back on her, or has she picked up any bad habits? Has she improved in any things? It's just a case of seeing how it goes. So I'm going to leave this pretty raw, and I'm just going to slowly work through walk, trot and canter. But here I take a big chunk out because I literally faffing with my stirrup leathers for forever, basically. New saddle, new... I can't think of what I'm saying. I've just literally said it. New saddle and new leathers. I literally couldn't get them to move. So Paige just wandered around the arena doing what she wanted. And she's thinking about stops there, but then she's like, nah, I'm going to go back up towards the field and see my friends. And with that, she's like, twit, trot, which is then the first time I put pressure on her mouth, and that is the reaction. Does it remind you of our first ride at all? Yeah. Thankfully, it doesn't all result in that. She does have some moments where she's like, oh my God, you're touching my mouth, but she generally, most of the time, works really well once she realizes what I'm asking from her, and that she's okay with it. So I'm really over the moon with it. And we just work through our paces, and I actually think found more issues with her body-wise than I did mouth-wise, meaning I found her falling in a lot, and I don't know whether it's down to my riding, but I do realise, not this session, but the day after, my goodness, when I actually think about working properly, because here I'm just literally wanting to see what she reacts like with her mouth. The day after, I put some pulls out and I try and do some movements, and my goodness, I cannot ride anymore. And I think the past few years, I've obviously always put it down to, I've had two beautiful girls via C-section, so I've had my core muscles cut into and repaired themselves twice, but I just do not have any core. And I don't have any strength in my legs. Obviously, at the moment, I'm suffering with carpal tunnel in both of my hands, especially my left hand, which is the worst one at the moment. I have arthritis in my feet, and I have something going on with my nerves in my right knee as well. So, along with not riding for so long, my back was killing, and everything else you can throw at it. I just literally was like, oh my goodness, I cannot ride. So whether a lot of the falling in and stuff was because of me not being able to help her, or whether it is just literally her suddenly having a different balance. But we're going to work on it. We're going to work on me, and we're going to work on her. And I'm just going to leave you watching the rest of the footage.
When I call her up to say I'm in town, I get a notion that we both walk the same ground. Been traveling all over, searching far and away for a sign to lead me straight. We walk together down the streets of our home. It's been forever, a long time that I've been gone. The feelings come easy as we start a new day, and I know what I should say.
you're doing is making me feel like I'm falling. And when you're moving, I can hear my calling. There's no one else here that I see but you. It's what you're doing that's making me feel like I'm falling. Yeah, I'm falling in love. Falling in love. You set my wheels in motion. I'm going crazy for you.